Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakwadash. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakwadash. Yeah, I'm going to bring this this information out. Was actually a Bible verse, scripture, Sirach 39:12. Yet have I more to say, which I have thought upon, for I am filled as the moon at the full. Okay, and this is the book of Sirach. All right, Yahweh, the son of Yahweh Shai, the son of Jesus, if you will. Okay, and he said he was filled up with information to tell. Right, he compared it to the moon being at the full. All right, and the moon is at its full when it's filled with light. Okay, so the new moon is when you have no light. Okay, very simple, as you can see here, because the moon has its own phases. It has its own light. Okay, but it starts off new in darkness. Why? Because when you go to Genesis, the first chapter, all right, everything started off in the dark. Okay, it was night first. It was dark first. Darkness comes first. Okay. Why? Because the earth was void of light. Okay, this area was void of light. All right. Genesis, the first chapter, and the third verse. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me start at verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of the Most High, the spirit of the powers moved upon the face of the waters. Right? And the powers said, let there be light. And there was light. And the powers saw that the light, it was good. And the powers divided the light from the darkness. And the powers called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And evening and the morning was the first day. So the day starts in the evening when what? It's dark. Just like the moon's phase started when what? It was dark. All right. It says, let's jump down. Verse 14. And the powers said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. No, it's talking about the sun and the moon when you read Sirach, the 43rd chapter. Right? And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. Verse 16. And the powers made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, showing you that these vessels, these instruments of heaven, have their own separate light. The sun has its own light, and the moon has its own light. Okay? And it starts off dark, and that's why it's a new moon. Okay? So let me show you that depiction here as well. All right? New moon. Then it goes from right to left. The waxing crescent, the first quarter, see, it starts from the right. The light starts from the right. Okay? Waxing gibbous. Full moon. When a full moon, what is filled with light? Let's go back to that again. Sirach, the 39th chapter. Yet I have more to say, which I have thought upon, for I am filled as the moon as the full. You see, and then you have your waning gibbous, the third quarter. See, this is the decreasing of the light, the waning crescent. All right, when you go to Sirach, the 43rd chapter, all right, jump down. It says, from the moon, verse 47, from the moon is the sign of feast. A light decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing. See, increasing wonderfully in her changing. Okay, because when the moon is increasing, in the process of it, it's going from dark to light, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light into the highest place of the Lord. Okay? But that was the point. All right? That the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing. Okay? And it also, I'm not going to skip verse 7, right? It says what? Light that decreases, because there is a form of increasing and then it must decrease. The moon increases, then it decreases. You see? But the point of the matter is that the full moon is when it's filled with light. Read it again. Sirach 39:12. Yet I have more to say, which I have thought upon, for I am filled. He was comparing his mind, all right, as the light being filled, all right, as the moon at the full. And that's it, man. It's plain and simple, all right. The new moon, and then when it's dark, the full moon is when the light is filled. Call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Shalom Labacharium. Peace to the elect. Shalom.